Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. If you don't mind, subscribe. Well, this is to people who've probably never been to the Philippines. Some of the things you may experience. Cold shower. Unless you're into hotels and condos, the odds are that you may experience a cold shower. It's not actually cold, but it's chilling. You know, I went 5 years before I actually had my own hot showers. Well, warm shower. I don't take a hot shower. And I installed an on-demand hot water heater for my shower, which there's a lot of days I never use it because the water is at appropriate temperature. But there's a lot of cases, the water is quite cool, especially early in the mornings. If we need to go somewhere early, I will use it. But if I wait to sunrise, usually around 9 o'clock, I don't necessarily have to have it. But that's something you will experience. Next thing is no toilet seat. Why on earth would they not put a toilet seat on? To me, that's one of the most terrible things I've experienced. And then the issue of no toilet paper. It's rare to find toilet paper in a CR or a bathroom. I learned early on to make sure I carry my own. So there's a little piece of advice. The next thing is, I recommend you always drink bottled water. If you're at a restaurant, if you want water, request bottled water. Don't gamble on the water they serve you is purified water or water that's safe to drink. That's something you need to be made aware of. Also, if you are served water and it's got ice that looks like it's been made in a plastic tube, I'd be aware of that too, because more than likely that ice is from the faucet, and you don't want any faucet water. Too big a chance. Now, I'll tell you what I've experienced with faucet water in my first 4 years of living here. I was always wondering where in the world did these little red worms come from. And we do have, our shower did have equipped with a faucet below, and I noticed they'd also be in a bucket there. So they was coming out of the faucet. The sewer worms. Yeah. So be aware. If you're in a highly populated area and you're in a subdivision or whatever, if you see these little red worms, more than likely they are sewer worms. Another thing too, if you're living in a subdivision or in a residential area where the streets get flooded, I don't recommend walking in it unless it's absolutely necessary. And if you do, you better get your feet clean as soon as possible, because more than likely there's a lot of bacteria there and you could end up with a serious infection. Better safe than sorry. Another thing too, always wash your hands constantly. I do, even here at home I do. It's not uncommon for me to wash my hands probably 20 times a day or more. We go through a lot of hand soap here. Grace buys in bulk, usually first of the month, and she'll buy probably between 6 to 8 bottles at a time, and sometimes I have to go back and buy more. That's one thing we do. That's a rule. Keep your hands clean. Because bacteria does exist here in this country. And to cut infection down, that's a little piece of advice I give you. Things of that nature. Trying to think of some other strange things that I've run across since I've been here. Oh, by the way, if you're new to the country, you know your body is not accustomed to everything here. My advice is stay away from the street food. If you look how it's prepared and so forth, and we don't know how long they've had it out, it's probably not safe. That's another thing you got to be made aware of. They're so tight on budget and money that it's not uncommon for them to bring food from the day before. Stay away from it. I do. I don't eat no street food. Matter of fact, wasn't that long ago, my son, my Grace, had stopped one morning after church and picked up some what they call sticky rice, and he got food poisoning and spent some time in the hospital. That was, what, 2 or 3 months ago, something like that. So it's something you need to be made aware of. You got to be very careful. Because most of these places, hygiene in their food preparation is not the best. Tell you something else I do, and I still do it to this day. I've done this most of my life. When I go to a restaurant, the first thing I do, I'll go to the bathroom, or CR, whatever terminology you use, and I say how clean it is. If they got a clean CR, the odds are their kitchen is clean. If they got a nasty CR, it's time to leave. Because more likely their kitchen not clean. And I've been into some fancy places that I won't eat because the CR is nasty. So that's a little tip I can give you. Be sure that you keep your hands and your feet clean when you're here. If you've never been here, that's very important. But if you've got a break in your skin, it's easy to get an infection. And it can be serious. It can be staph. So be very careful. Luckily, I was smart enough in the beginning to maintain those hygienes. But a lot of people are not aware of it, and they just take everything for granted. And that's one reason I'm doing this video. Don't take anything for granted, because it could cause you a lot of problems. And even if you do at your best, most foreigners, when they come here, you're going to experience diarrhea. Don't get scared. It's a change in food and environment, all that combination. Takes some time for your body to adjust. So you more likely you will experience diarrhea. So I know, because when I first came here, it's one of the first things I did experience. But anyway, that's just a few tips I can give you. Hopefully you learned something with this. And enjoy your trip if you come. And stay safe and subscribe. Thank you.